What's going on, YouTube? I just want to do this quick video here because if some of you are followers on Instagram or some other socials, you may have noticed that I did or I had posted a photo of a Skype call, a phone call which I had with Ram Dass, Richard Alpert, who going back many years. Richard Alpert was a Harvard University professor, and then he led or was part of this psychedelic movement with Timothy Leary, and he was later I guess he was banned from, basically kicked out of Harvard because of their psychedelic research they were doing with LSD trials. Now later Ram Dass had gone to India, and basically he was on, I don't know what you want to call it, a trek or a journey, and he had met the Guru Maharaj-ji, or Neem Karoli Baba. He is also known as this. So I've been listening to and reading the works of Ram Dass, Richard Alpert. He was named Ram Dass by Neem Karoli Baba during his visits to India. So I've been reading and studying, I like to use the word materials. When someone has content, when they create content, I like to refer to it as the materials, so for sheer convenience. So I've been studying the Ram Dass materials for some time now, maybe 2-3 years, and I've covered, I'm pretty sure, just about all of it. Sometimes I might miss a thing here or there of someone, but like of someone's materials, but I eventually get to it. So I've read his books, I've listened to, I don't like to say all of someone's lectures, but let's just say for convenience, like 95% of someone's materials. So I've listened to about 95% of his lectures. So I had a Skype call with him about 3-4 days ago from now. I'm not sure when I'm uploading this, but let's just say it was in mid-July when I had this call. And the reason why I actually set this call up with some staff members at his foundation, the reason why I had done this is because the opportunity was presented to me going back about a year to schedule the phone call with him. And let's just say that I kind of saw that as an opportunity, exactly that, you know. I wouldn't have reached out and tried to book an appointment to speak with him, because when someone releases so much and gives so much of themselves to you, there's not too much else that you have to speak to them on. So all of his content, all of his material is out there. It's on the internet, the interwebs, which is an amazing place. So you can just, everything's readily accessible. I made a video going back like 3-4 years on this, saying to use the internet to build knowledge. Because that's, I mean, think of like, so you think of like the pyramids of Giza and all this stuff. You think about that they were meant to be temples of knowledge. The internet it's in the, let's call it open space, open air. I mean, it's not, for the most part, it's on servers and whatnot at data centers, but you can access it, and it's available to you. The internet in itself is one large pyramid of information. Sure, there's a bunch of shit in it, so you got to be able to sort and get through it all and organize, and obviously, and that's what I like to do, is present various speakers and content, share it with you that I feel might be beneficial, because it's helped me. That's it. So back to what I'm speaking about. So I scheduled this call with Richard Alpert, Ram Dass, because I appreciate everything he's done, and I just wanted to have that experience with him. Just that time to share and speak to him. And that's pretty much it. That's why I wanted to have that phone call. So a couple people had asked me if there was some audio recording of the call. And To be honest, I didn't record the audio. Initially, I had thought about it because I do have a podcast. Mind me if I just stretch as I'm holding my phone here. I do have a podcast, and I'll put the link in the description below to that podcast. But I was on the fence about whether I wanted to actually record it as a podcast and then upload it and this and that. Because you know what? It's like the fact that I would be posting audio or video, it's kind of like drizzling, raining down on me right now. It's kind of neat, very refreshing. The fact that I would be posting audio or video is for the benefit of onlookers, the benefit of you, other people that would be taking in that content. And sure, that's a wonderful idea. But you know what? When there's so much of someone's materials already out there on the internet, as I described, when someone's stuff is already available to you, like hundreds and hundreds of hours. Personally, I didn't, and especially after having listened to much of Ram Dass's materials, I didn't feel that there would be much that could be contributed. I suppose the general interaction between myself and him would have been the contribution in terms of submitting or uploading content like audio or video. But what I wanted to do during that phone call was just share some time with him without any other thoughts on my mind. I didn't want to think about, oh, I gotta record this. Am I getting it in good quality? I didn't want to think about having to ask questions. I didn't want to think about making it like some sort of interview format. I wanted to, because to be honest, a lot of our conversation, what would have been quote unquote considered dead air in terms of podcasting, and it would have required some sort of editing, which I didn't want to do, because we just simply sat there in each other's presence. And that's all I really wanted to experience with that call. So my apologies for any of you that are watching this that were interested in listening to or watching that phone call. But what I can tell you is there's plenty of Ram Dass material, information, and the Guru Maharaj-ji, Neem Karoli Baba. There's plenty available to you online, and I'm going to put tons of links in the description below. I'm even going to include a link to Ram Dass's foundation. So, aside from that, some people may be wondering what we did speak about. We spoke about a lot of different things, ranging from, but if I was to, I'm not gonna get too into it because we spoke for like an hour and a half almost. To summarize it, we just spent time contemplating loving awareness, and he actually suggested that I speak to in my mind, in my heart and mind, in my creativity, in my imagination, speak to Neem Karoli Baba, Maharaj-ji, as the Guru, and somewhat accept him or embrace him as my own Guru. And the idea of it is, it intrigues me. I am quite interested. I do feel somewhat of a connection with Maharaj-ji when I feel for it, when I look for it. So, and it's in the same way that I feel that connection with Ram Dass. Now, the interesting thing is that Ram Dass feels that he's this fishing pole where Maharaj-ji is the fisherman. And to me, that represents an extension. See, a fishing pole, you're extending out. So he's an extension of the Guru. He's an extension of Maharaj-ji. And this is how I actually take this. So yes, I do embrace Ram Dass as as an influencer in my life. But what I'm thinking about now is to, quote-unquote, reach out to Maharaj-ji and embrace him, because honestly, there's no harm in doing so. And I don't know. I feel like all that Neem Karoli Baba represents and represented is loving awareness. You know, he said to Ram Dass one time in India, he said, Ram Dass, he always said it like this. This is what sticks out of my mind. Ram Dass, love everyone and always tell the truth. And Ram Dass at the time, he was younger, and he's in his younger years, and he didn't quite adopt this ideology. He didn't quite adopt this way of being quite yet. At the time, he said, I hate everyone. I try to love everyone, but the truth is that I hate everyone. Love and hate are so closely related when you investigate them as emotions, the absolute polar opposites of each other. So, funny enough, you can actually feel that hate, but the point that Maharaj-ji was trying to make is that no matter if you feel these ways towards someone, never remove them from your heart. Never remove anyone from your heart. It's the worst thing you can do. So you can feel various emotions towards someone, but at the end of the day, acknowledge at the end of it all, they are a human being, a sentient being, a conscious being, and therefore they are subjective to love, your love, and they should never be removed from your heart, no matter what. So that was a cool point that Maharaj-ji was making at that time to Ram Dass. And it's something that I've pondered over the past few years that I've been listening to Ram Dass's materials. So that's the gist of the conversation. There's actually a lot more I could cover, but there's no need to do so. If you have any particular questions, you can message me, but check out Ram Dass's materials below. And I share lots of other people actually on if you want to go to my website, I'm going to put that link in the description below as well. I have a list of influencers on there. I'm actually going to be updating it a bit more, but I have quite a few already. So basically just check those people, like go to their websites, or Google search those individuals that are listed on my influencers page, and they range from like Eric Schmidt of the former Google CEO to Carl Jung to Steve Maxwell, like a health and fitness person. Like I just gave you a full range of random, just go to the website. There's tons of people there, and that'll allow you to go deeper on tons and tons of information. And again, just check that link frequently, because I update it and add new people all the time. So thank you for watching this video as always. I hope it helped you. Check out Ram Dass, check out his foundation, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Take care.